We live on a changing world. From year to year, we are now able to measure our world's warming changes, and while the global change is small, just fractions of a degree, the localized changes can be dramatic. And the most dramatic changes we're seeing are in the places once dominated by ice. And melting snowcaps and glaciers affect more than just the polar regions. They also affect the peoples and infrastructures of mountainous regions the world over.
Climate change and other human-caused alterations of the Earth system during this modern era are forcing shifts of the processes and geographic distribution of mountain hazards. This is happening even as the exposed human populations and infrastructure of many mountain regions are increasing. Some of these natural processes, such as landslides and glacier lake outburst floods, end up producing disasters.
There is a building tension. Humans are expanding into more high-risk areas, while at the same time the number of natural disasters is only increasing. Without care, this combination can only mean one thing: destruction of humans and infrastructure. But it is possible to use climate models to help us understand where we should and shouldn't expand ourselves and the technology that makes our civilization possible.
Knowledge of mountain hazards aids public safety and economic efficiency. For example, it's not helpful to build expensive infrastructure if natural hazards then come around and destroy it. Better investments may involve infrastructure that's placed in less hazardous places or where the engineering design can ward off the hazard activity expected or possible at the site.
It's not always possible to play it safe, however. In order to try and reduce the release of climate change causing carbon dioxide, more and more wind, solar, and hydroelectric power infrastructure is being built around the world. And hydroelectric power can only exist in places where water rushes. And where water rushes, there is always a risk of flooding.
A global rush for hydropower has unfortunately resulted in many disastrous outcomes, most recently in the Indian state of Uttarakhand just last February.
On February 7, 2021, a section of rock and ice broke away from the Ranti Peak and melted almost all the ice of a glacier. This caused a sudden and catastrophic flood. Rock, water, and mud each did their own damage, and as 27 million cubic meters of material rushed through Rishiganga Basin, more than 200 people were left dead or missing, including 53 workers at the Rishiganga Power Project. This hydroelectric plant, as well as another larger project, the Tapovan Vishnugad Dam, were damaged and the Dauliganga Dam was washed away. Things could have been far worse. Many lives were saved thanks to quick decisions made to evacuate villages and empty dams downstream to make it possible to slow the discharge and save the towns of Haridwar and Rishikesh. While it could have been worse, it could also have been better. Monitoring technology exists, and modern cellular technology makes it possible to directly connect those systems to the people they can protect.
In places where a calculated risk is accepted, at least we can undertake adequate early warning of some types of hazards. Early warning systems can allow people to escape to safety in some circumstances. However, currently not many places are covered by hazard early warning systems.
Science must sometimes drive policy decisions that can protect our infrastructure and protect the people of our world. In a new paper, Jeff Kargel and his collaborators conclude that some regions are exceptionally hazard-prone, and natural conservation is ultimately better than development.